Morning, folks. It is November the 29th. It's a Saturday. Here on the South Shore of Nova Scotia, we got a light dusting of snow. You'll see that after we stop. I'm going to say a little prayer to open up today's topic. Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Forgive it. Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done. Ain't that awful? I can't think of the Lord's Prayer. Our art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive our trespasses as we forgive those who trespass against us. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, power, and glory forever and ever. Amen. Sorry about that. So I started my last video off talking about making public that I've been trying to be more with God. So here's a little fill-in since then. After I said the prayer the other day, which I said this morning, and I'd like, before I start any deeper, I'd just like to pray for some friends, some special prayers that need them, that are sick. Louise, Darlene, Stevie, Heather, Cody, Vinny, his family, our families. Bless my children and my children's children. Bless Luke and Josie so that they have a beautiful baby, happy and healthy. Bless my wife so that she doesn't have any more headaches and that she doesn't have any more leg pain. And bless everybody that needs it. Amen. Getting back to the other day. The other day I was depressed and I had anxiety when I was talking. I told you that. I prayed for it. I prayed and asked God to lift that from me. As the day went on, He did. And I normally find that's what happens when I talk to God and ask Him to lift that burden from me. You know, some people can say it's all my mind. And maybe it is, but if it works, what's the problem? That's how I feel about it. But I did still have some anxiety and some depression. I fell off my diet for 2 days, Thursday and Friday. I'm hoping to get back on it today. I'm hoping God will give me strength to stay on it. There's a lot to it. I'm just learning. I'm nowhere near perfect. I'm not going to preach to you or at you or make you believe what I believe. That's totally up to you. But I will be starting my videos off with a little prayer and to bless everyone that's watching. And if anybody wants to comment or chat, if they need a prayer, I'll pray, a specific prayer, I'll pray for you. So that's it for that, I think. Just, you know, it just shows that there is, to me, that there is a God. So, for now, I'm just going to show you our drive, what it's like. And how about you hold that, Amy? Give people, my wife's with me, Amy. Maybe she can show people what she sees. coffee. How are you feeling today, Amy?
Good, but I'm glad people can't smell through this because I think Willow must have been into something. Her breath is rank.
Oh, it's alright. Well, she just had dog food before she came out, so.
Ugh.
She's a stinky German Shepherd.
She's a good girl, though.
She is a good girl.
The last time we were at the beach together, a couple days ago, Thursday.
Well, I was doing my video.
You were doing your video down at the other part of the road, and Willow and I saw 3 deer run across the road, and she started to, take off after them because they were running and jumping.
Yeah.
And I just said nope, and she stopped and she sat next to me and watched me take a couple pictures of them, and then after they got across the road and they went about their business and Willow went about hers, sniffing and running down to find you, and so I was really happy. We have Becky to thank for that.
Yeah.
For our training.
We've been married how many years now?
We got married in 1991.
So what's that add up to? It's 90, 25.
35
years?
Well, how old are the kids?
34 years.
Then yeah, 35 years.
Amy has always been my rock. I always say she's the brains behind the operation. I love her to death. I'd be lost without her. What do you think is our secret? We've been together since we've been 16 years old.
Yeah.
And I'm 58 now, so that's 42 years.
Yeah.
We've been together more than we've been apart. What do you think the secret is? What do you think your secret is for?
I think it's a bunch of little stuff that you can't just name like one secret. I mean, the fact that we're best friends, certainly, you can't be married to somebody who's not your best friend, the person that you would rather spend, that you want to spend the time with.
And that takes time to develop.
But that doesn't mean that you have to be interested in the exact same things. You'd have your own interests, but you enjoy doing, I guess, like your values and your morals. You have to be going towards in the same direction with your values and your morals. And also, you're you're an A-type, a dominant personality. You're a very, you like to be in control. You like to be the one who fixes everything, and you like to be the one, you have to have control, and you had that into you, like most men who love their families and stuff. You want to be the head of it, and I allow you to do it. It's not that I don't have a say or anything, but you always ask for my advice and for my input, and sometimes you say, well, yeah, that's a good idea, that's what we'll do. But ultimately, if you choose to do something else, unless I feel that very, very strongly that it's not the right thing for us, I say, okay, you're the one, you're the leader of our family. And I think that a lot of people don't have trust in their partner in that way, to be able to do what's, I don't know, we grew up together, but we grew in the same direction. I can remember people reading and having the so-called authorities saying that people who are together at a young age, the divorce rate is high, high school sweethearts, the divorce rate is high and everything. But I know people who have only been together for a few years who got divorced.
Yeah.
And
it wasn't always rainbows and Skittles. for me,
No.
for me, my personal is that we always had to talk.
Yeah.
There was never a time that we didn't have to work at it. And what I mean by work, it wasn't work that we hated doing. And that's what I always say, marriage is a job that you have to love. And there was days that, we've had our ups and downs, our good and bad, and our arguments and whatever, no different than any other couple. But we always managed to negotiate and talk it through.
Yeah, and when you're together, when you're kids, well, you're gonna have differences as you grow, because as you grow, you mature. We're much more mature, and we deal with each other now in a much more mature fashion than we used to when we were in our 20s. When you're in your 20s, you're not quite there yet.
I wish I would have involved more in our financial decisions. I think we would have probably done better by you actually doing it. But that is a role that I blame our financial decisions on me, but also on our system, the way our system is set up. We're set up to fail right from day one, in my opinion. Our school system doesn't teach us about finances, where to put our money, how to use our money. We're always taught, it seems, to go in debt. Well, you have to go to university, or you have to go to community college. And as soon as you do that, you're in debt. And I think there are people that need to go to university. I think there are people that need to go to college, community college, for trades. But I also think there are people out there that would be much better off if they had their own business, and that's not for everybody. We're not given options. A lot of options, it seems, growing up. When we get to a certain age, after grade 12, we're told, okay, go out in the world and prosper. But when you're 19 years old, leaving high school, you have no idea what it is you want because you haven't done anything.
Yeah.
And our school doesn't see that. If we had teachers that seen our strengths and said, hey, look, your strengths are this, this, and this, I think you might enjoy this as a trade, or this as a university credit, or university education, or this type of home job, your own job. They don't do that. I mean, we're not going to. How often did I ever use social studies or algebra? I never ever did. I wasn't going to university. I was more of a laborer, tradesman / entrepreneur. And if they would have seen that as I was growing up, just think of how much a person could have flourished. Like you're a musician, you're an artist, you're a photographer, and you're good at all those, and the first thing they want to do is push you into something else, because they say, oh yeah, you can't really make a living at this, or you can't make a living at that, you'd be better in this. At the end of the day, they're putting you in debt, and then you're in debt for most of your adult life, or most people are. Our finances are very important. There's a lot of homelessness now. Our prices at the grocery store are through the roof. And just for your basic necessities, it's expensive. I don't know how some people do it. I struggle with it a lot, and I'm not as bad as some, and I'm blessed, and I thank God for that. I thank God for a lot of things that I could be much, much worse off. I talk about my depression, I talk about my anxiety, I talk about my financial problems, and it's nowhere bad as what it could possibly be. It could be a lot worse. So for that, I am thankful. And there have been times that God has actually sent me in a certain way to help me with my finances. I've asked for direction from God, and I asked, since I've been praying on a regular basis, trying to be saved, trying to get into heaven when something happens to me. I rely on God even more, and I hope that I am saved. Being saved is a very being saved is a very it takes understanding to be saved, and at my level right now, I think I'm saved. I hope I'm saved, but I don't know if I'm saved. And that's kind of scary if you truly believe in God. And I'm trying to make my heart so that God asks people when they truly believe to surrender themselves and their heart and their minds to God. And I'm trying to do that, but yet I still sin. And I ask God forgiveness every day. I pray twice a day. I pray in the morning and I pray at night before I go to sleep. And I ask God for forgiveness for my sins every single day. But my problem is I still make them. I still do certain things.
But that's because we're human, and humans are every human is not, no human is perfect.
Yeah, for sure. So, usually after I say my video's over, I come up with a bunch of other stuff to talk about. I'm going to soon have to start writing this down, because raw, real, unedited, which I say my videos are, and they are, sometimes it's hard to have a topic that I can talk about for 15, 20 minutes, which I like my videos to be. I don't like them to be too long, but I don't want them to be too short either. I want to keep everybody's interest in it. And if anybody has an idea of how to do that, definitely comment. There was an eagle there, wasn't it? That just flew by there.
I didn't even see it.
I just caught the back end of it.
Wow. The eagles usually like to stay over in that tree over there on the beach.
So this is where we're at this morning, same place every morning that I come, or just about every morning here at the sand beach. Just give me a sec, Amy. I'm going to grab my coffee here and have a mouthful of that before I jump out and turn the truck off and let old crazy shepherd here get out.
Is that car still here?
No, they left.
Oh, they left?
They left. We usually have the beach to ourselves. All right, now say hi.
Really? You have to show me in the morning when...
Well, that's your fault. You married me. And you know what? You'll always be beautiful to me. Dog over there with you?
Yeah, he's here, squeaky thing.
Yeah. So like I said, if anyone wants to comment, anybody would like to talk about relationships, all I can do is suggest things. I'm not a marriage counselor, I'm not a pastor or preacher. I'm just an everyday, ordinary man that thinks he can make a difference, and I want to make a difference, and I want to prove that I can succeed with my YouTube. I want to prove that somebody I don't see myself as a smart person. I don't see myself as someone special, but I'm hoping that my channel, continues to grow. And I really appreciate the people that are here that are helping with this, and with their views and their likes. I'm not getting a lot of comments, but I understand I'm still pretty new at the channel. And yeah, I think I'm going to wrap this up and say thank you very much. It is raw, real, unedited. I talk about my feelings. my mental state. Today is pretty good. Actually, it's not bad at all, for whatever reason. Like I said, for me, the reason is God, and always will be. Anything positive in my life, I'll attribute to God. And anything that's negative, I'll attribute to the dark forces, because I believe in both. Where there's good, there's evil. And I try to stay away from the evil. So, I'm going to spend some time with my grandson today, hopefully. And my daughter, and my wife, and my dog. And probably, I think my son is coming up today. So, and if not today, tomorrow. So, what do I have to be depressed about? I have beautiful people around me, and I want to thank God for that. And I hope you don't get tired of me saying thank God all the time, and I hope you don't get tired of me praying in the morning. But this is who I am now. This is part of me now. So, you know, I'm embracing it. Like, share, and subscribe. And you guys that are watching, I'll say a prayer for you. I hope you prosper. I hope you're blessed today. And I hope everybody takes care and enjoys their day and their weekend. Bye for now.